to one and all. I am Kavita, Assistant Professor English, NPR College of Engineering and Technology, Nattam. I am going to handle communicative English for you. The subject code is HS8151. The communicative English topic consists of 5 units. In this 5 units, we are going to see about Unit 1. It is a language development. In Unit 1, WH question is the first topic. Let me discuss WH questions. What does mean by WH questions? WH questions begins with a question word. What is a question word? If anything we want, just we will ask the questions. That is called WH question. WH questions begins with question word. What are the question words? Let me see in detail. First question word is who. First question word is who. Second word is when. Next, where, why, how, what. These are called question words. We represent WH questions begins with question words like what, who, when, where, why, how. These are called questions. The question words. How will you use the question words? Let me see. For who is who? Who is a person? We represent who is a person. What? It is a thing or a action. We use a question to ask any things or any action. We will use the question word what. When? We will use the question word for example time. When did you come? When shall we go? Like that. If you have to say something about in time, we should use the question word when. Where is a place? Where are you from? Where did you live? Like that you can question with WH question. Where is to ask a place. Why is the reason something absent. Why we should use the question word for a reason we should ask. Then how, it is a number or a way something is done. It is a number or a way that something is done. That purpose we are using how. Next, who. Who. So here it is a question word. Just you can identify. Who means who is that boy? Who is that boy? When. When is a party? When is a party? When it's represented time. I already told you in first image we have discussed about who, when, what, why, where, which. Like that we had. In that categories we have discussed about who. Who is that boy? My brother Tom. When? When is a party? On Friday at 2 o'clock. When is used for time. And what? What is on the table? There is a pencil. Why? Why are you late? Because I missed my bus. Where is the book? It is in bag. Which is your apple? The green one. Okay. Here these are called question words. The question words begins with WH. Okay. First one is who. Who is that boy? First one is who. Who is that boy? Thomas. My brother Tom. When? When is the party? On Friday at 2 o'clock. What is on the table? There is a pencil. Why are you late? Because I missed my bus. Where is your book? It is in the bag. Which is your apple? The green one. These are called WH questions. It begins with a letter WH and then we can say WH questions or a question words. In two categories we can say the WH questions. Next, what? For what you are using? For asking for information about something we use the question word what. What we will use for asking what. For ask information about something we use the question word what. When ask about the time that something happened or will happen. When we will use ask about the time that something happened or will happen, we will use for when. And where, ask question about a person or a place. Which, asking for information about one, which asking for information about one of a limited numbers or a thing. Who, ask about something frequently. Whom, ask about the object in a sentence. Whose, ask about the position. Why, ask for a reason. Next, how, ask about the way in which something is done. These are called WH question. With the help of these WH question word, we use to frame a question. Okay, just to identify, the WH questions begins with WH, and we call as question word also. Which, what, who, where, why, how, when, whose, they are formed in the question word. First of all, the question word. The question word, what question word will come? WH question word will come. Then an auxiliary verb will come. Next to WH question word, an auxiliary verb will come. Next, third subject will come. In this format, we will frame a WH questions. What? Asking for what purpose we are used what. Ask for information about something we are using what. When? Ask about the time that something will happen, we will use when. Where? Ask question about a person or place, we will use where. Which, ask for information about one of a limited number or a things, we will use which. Who, ask about something identity, we will use who. Whom, ask about the object person in a sentence, we will use whom. Whose, ask about the position. Why, ask for the reason. How, ask about the way in which something is done. With help of these, we can easily frame a WH questions. Next one. Here some of the exercises there. Uh, Question with WH. Write the most suitable WH word and correct the form of the verb to be done. Here it is the question. We have to frame WH question here. The answer is given in the next slide. It is in France. It is in France. Which is in France? It is in France. What is it? What is it? It is in France means what we will say. What we will say. Where is Paris? It is in France. Where is Paris? It is in France. Where is Paris? It is in France. That is a question type. Next one. Who are John and Mike? Who are John and Mike? Who are John and Mike? They are friends. Next one. When is your birthday? When is your birthday? It is on May 3rd. What are the Alps? They are mountain. When is the concert? It is on Sunday. Who is Robert De Niro? He is an actor. Where are your parents? They are in Italy. What it is? It is at 20 hours. How much it is? It is 20 hours. Okay, like that you will frame the question and you can write it. Valentia, it is in Spain. Where is Valentia? It is in Spain. What is a note? What is a notepad? It is a small notebook. Like that you can frame with a question word. We can use these type of question word we will frame. Here make a question with be. Where is John? Why they hunger? Where we? Who you? Why he late? Be form words we should use. We already seen about an auxiliaries. We will use an auxiliary verb and use this. What is this? Where is Jimmy? How old she? How is you? Where is the station? Here it is an MCQ question. First question is dash do you live? Answer I live in Toronto. Here what will come? Who, what, where? Here the answer is where. Next one. Dash you wake up. I wake up at 7:30 a.m. When, why, how? When do you wake up? When do you wake up? Next one. Dash is your brother. He's great. Thanks for asking. Where, why, how? Here, how? Dash is this. That's my electronic dictionary. Who, what, where? Where is this? Next, what is this? What is this? What is this? That is my electronic dictionary. What is this? That is my electronic dictionary. That is my electronic dictionary. Next one. Do you take English class? Because I want to improve my speaking. When do you take English class? When do you take English class? Next. Dash does your father work? He works as the where is your father? Where does your father work? Dash do I cook rice? You need to use a pot with water. How do I cook rice? How? Next. Dash is a party. It is on Sunday. When is the party? It is on Sunday. Next. Dash are you sad? Why are you sad? Why are you sad? Dash is the bank. Where is the bank? With the help of these things, we will frame the question. Okay, next one. I will repeat again. WH question is nothing but it's a word that starts WH question. It's a question word. Another type we can say it is a question word. It begins with question words like what, when, where, who, why. That is called as a question word. These are called question word. Here, for who we will use to identify a person. For what it is a thing and action. Time, while we ask a time we will use when. Where, for places we will use where. Why is a reason something happen. How it is a number or way something is done we will use for how. In these categories we will use WH questions. Who, when, what, why, where, which. Who. Who we will use who is that boy. Next, when. When is the party. What. What is on the table. Why. Why are you late. Where. Where is your book. Which is your apple. Like that we will frame a question. Here once again it is a detailed descriptions about WH question. For what we are using WH. What, for asking information about something we will use what question word. And when question word we will use ask about the time that something happen or will happen. Next, where we will use for we will ask question about a person or a place we will use a question word where. And which we will use asking information about one of a limited numbers or a things we will use which. Who, it will ask about something identity. Whom, ask about the object person in science. Next, whose, ask about the positions. Why, ask for the reason. Who, how, ask about the way in which something is done. This is we will use for WH question. The question words will begin with an auxiliary verb. Maybe question word first, an auxiliary verb second, and subject is third. In these category, the question word will be used. For example, where. Where can I find the key? Here, where is a question word. Auxiliary is can. Subject is I find the key. It is the subject. So, the question word first will come and then auxiliary will come at second. Next, subject will come at third. Question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject. In this frame, we should form a WH questions. Next, let me see the second examples. First, we should use? We should use a question word. What is a question word? When. Next, auxiliary is. When is he returning? When is he returning? It is a subject. He returning is a subject. Like that we will frame the question word. Next one. Next for another one example. What kind of food do you eat at night? What kind of food do you eat at night? It is also a question verb. Next, question verb. Who met you? Whom did you meet? These two are a question words also. But who met you is a subject. Who did you meet is an object. Here somewhat different. The question word is who met you is a subject. Subject or object question is this. Okay. In first example, we have seen the question word plus auxiliary verb plus subject. In second, who met you is a subject. Whom did you meet is an object. Like that we can frame a question word also. Okay, in WH questions we have some preposition words also. How will you frame the preposition WH questions? Who are you looking for? Who are you looking for? Who are you looking for? How was the party like? How was the party like? What are you worrying about? What are you worrying about? How was the party like? What are you worrying about? From whom did you get this instrument? From whom did you get this instrument? These are called WH question with the prepositions. Okay. Here we have seen some of the examples which begins with the question words. And then I have given you some of the MCQ questions also. In this format, in examination it will come. Just you identify the WH question and you should mark it. Okay, it is very easy topic. Just you want to know the clear descriptions about in this PPT. This PPT, what, when, where, which, whom, whose, why, how. It's a meaning given in the next column. What means asking for information about something. If anything we want to say, just what we'll do, we'll ask a question. For that, firstly you'll use the word what. Ask for the information about something. Like that, this is the main thing. Just you by heart these things and you analyze it. For what are the question we should use WH what. For what for happenings we should use when. For a name of a person or place we question it, we should use where. For information about some limited numbers we should use which. For identity we should use who. For a object of a person we should use whom. For object of possession whose. For asking reason why. About ask about the way in which something done is how. Okay, these are called WH questions. I think you are clear with these questions. Okay, in next class we have discussed about a parts of speech. It's a grammar. Thank you students. Thank you.